With many people now back in school and back in the office after spending so much time at home, it isn't just a change of pace for humans in our household. It's also a new routine for pets. This morning, we're talking about anxiety and separation anxiety and how to help. Beverley McKee is a certified animal trainer with the Toronto Humane Society, and she's joining us this morning with some pretty important tips. Beverley, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is new territory for a lot of pet owners. So what signs should we be looking for? What are some telltale behavioral cues that your dog could be experiencing separation anxiety?
Okay, well, it's going to be a big change for them when we all get back into the office. So the first thing that you might see as an indicator is your neighbors might be calling you saying that your dog has been barking all day. He's just not stopping. And then you come home from work and maybe there's a little bit of destruction around the door frame area or, you know, just out of context things. And when you come home, of course, the dog is just sort of like over the top, just so relieved you're home.
Okay, so those are important. What is not separation anxiety? I think a lot of pet parents out there sometimes can be a little overbearing, and they'll ascribe separation anxiety when that's not the case.
Yeah, so it's kind of there are a few things that dogs can do that, you know, luckily are not separation anxiety. And again, it's a little bit of a change in the schedule for the dogs. They're used to being enriched all day by you being at home. My dog's sitting right here at my arm right now. But essentially, if we hear barking and it's kind of intermittent, we might want to look and see if it's because, you know, maybe Rover's just a little bored and he's looking out the window and thinking, hey, there's a squirrel over there. I'm going to tell him to go away. Or the postman's here. I got to tell someone. But really, the barking is not continually escalating and continuous through your absence. If your dog you come home and your dog just chewed up your brand new pair of boots that you ordered online, you might want to think, well, does the dog have really anything to do when I'm away? And was he just doing it out of boredom? So when we screen for separation anxiety, there's a lot of questions we ask to sort of differentiate between the two, because one is a training issue that can be easily managed, and the other, you know, is a little bit more serious that involves some serious behavior modification procedures.
So what can we be doing now to prepare our dog for our absence? Is there anything that we can do to transition them with success?
Yes, we absolutely can. So I think the first thing is we need to start getting them used to being home alone. And we don't want to just make our first departure one giant, you know, I'm back in the office and I'm going to be gone for 8 or 10 days, or 10 hours, for the first time. So you want to start just getting your dog settled a little bit, leaving him or her when you go out, spend, you know, a half hour out, come back home, spend a couple of hours out, go back home. Just start to normalize that. The other thing is if you're going to hire a dog walker or you're thinking about doing it, I really suggest that you get that dog walker started now, because, you know, just a huge big bunch of changes in the dog's day if he's never been with a dog walker before, like all of a sudden I'm all alone and a stranger comes and I'm going out, you know, I don't know what's going on. That could actually exacerbate the anxiety instead of relieving it. So we want to sort of create that structure before the big change when we all go back to work.
Yeah, you don't want it to be a bait and switch. But the flip side of what we're just talking about is what should we not be doing when we come home? Because lots of people make a big deal of walking through the front door and hugging the dog. My dog runs at me like she's never seen me before. She's so excited every day. So what should we avoid doing in this new reality?
Yes, it goes against all nature, because I come home and the first thing I want to do is just grab my dog and hug him tight and tell him how much I missed him, because I did. But we can't do that. So what we want to do is we just want to normalize things, the same you would with anything else. Not make a big event out of it, not start feeling nervous ourselves about leaving and thinking, oh, what's going to happen to my poor dog? Because that can certainly, you know, translate to your dog, and they can pick up on that. So we just want to make sure we just kind of normally say, okay, see you later, no big deal, I'm leaving. You can also desensitize some of your departure cues, like picking up your briefcase, putting on your coat, and just not going anywhere, putting them back down, so that the dog doesn't start to get amped the minute that he sees you starting to get ready to leave. Again, when you come home, try and avoid that big walk in through the door. Oh, I missed you so much. I'm so sorry. Because really, we want this to just be a normal.
Beverley, we only have about 10 seconds left. So sadly, only 10 seconds left. Can we talk about cats? Do they experience separation anxiety as well? In 10 seconds, if you can answer that, please.
Not as much as dogs,
Shocker.
fortunately.
Shocker. Shocker that they don't need us. Okay, thanks so much, Beverly. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.